in. ATK, welcome in. Hamza, good evening. Yes, Uphold will be lagging. James Montgomery, good evening. So if you're tuning in now, please make sure to hit that like button, as that will greatly help push us through the analytics. And tonight, I think we'll be a little bit more buzz because XRP is doing what we talked about last night. I know sometimes we get looked at crazy in this community because it looked bearish, but we talked about how that looked like a fake out last night, and we should be coming back up to at least retest 55, and that's what's happening right now. So please hit that like button, as we have 16 people in here already, which is fantastic. Thank you all so much. 4 likes. If we hit that like button, it'll help push us through the analytics. MC Prosperity will go through what's going on with XRP. Straight 6, good evening. Chat, welcome in. Miss Vicky Love, I'm so appreciative you're in here tonight. Uphold, yeah, I mean, it has high times of volatility. That's why I always talk about FEMX for the USA users. It doesn't go down during these times, so at least you have an option. So, good evening, 7:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Good evening, David. Fit, welcome in. Sir Can, good evening. Harvey, Matt, Donald. It's good to see everybody in here tonight. David, C-Zam, welcome in. Every time XRP has action on Uphold, it crap. Yep, it sure does. It sure does. So what's happening right now is we've got a nice influx in volume. I know a lot of people are asking about Judge Torres, so I'll bring it up. I appreciate everybody just funneling in here right now. I greatly do appreciate everybody. I mean, let's see. I didn't really see anything that I was like, wow, this should make us, go crazy here. I guess I should do, just under 54 cents. I'll go into it right now. We'll go into it. I just wanted to see if there was anything that I hadn't seen here in the last couple hours, but it doesn't seem to be anything that I haven't seen. So what's happened here is we've got a huge volume spike. Mo Money, welcome in. Lugo, welcome in. Diggers, good evening. E. Jeffy, welcome in. Damn, I'm looking for it. Lee, welcome. Judge Torres denied the appeal. That's what I was wondering. I didn't want to say anything until I had an article up. That's what I was looking for. Oh, I gotta go let my son out of his room. So let's, why did it go Torex? No, I'm just looking, I want to see the headlines real quick. Oh, on Twitter. That makes sense. I should have guessed. So welcome in, everybody. We're going to go over the charts and everything. Wow, 90 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button. I wasn't expecting to talk about Judge Torres, but since everybody's talking about it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for, so, just got the email from the court. Judge Torres has denied the interlocutory appeal. So this is what I was looking for, so I might as well just get it from James K. Phelan, since he always has it in here. Whoops. So this is the breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is right here. So, order denying. So this is official document 917, and this is why we had the little pump up here. So it's a 14-page document, and we're not going to go through this whole thing right now, but it says the plaintiff, the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SCA brings the action against defendants, Ripple Labs, Inc., and 2 of its senior leaders, Bradley Garlinghouse, blah, blah, blah. So unlawful offer and sale of securities in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933. The SEC also alleges Larson and Garlinghouse aided and abetted Ripple Section 5 violations. On July 13, 2023, the court granted in part and denied in part the parties' cross motions for summary judgment. The SEC now moves to certify for interlocutory appeal 2 holdings in order ECF number yada yada yada. And this is the 14-page, so it involves the defendant's offers of institutional and programmable sales. So now let's get through here. So I want to get to the main stuff here, just so you guys can see that this case is by no means ending anywhere close. So for reasons stated above, the SEC's motion, and this concludes, motion for certification of interlocutory appeal is denied, and the SEC's request for stay is denied as moot. The clerk of court is directed to terminate the motion at ECF number 892. Trial in the matter is set to begin on April 23rd, 2024, so mark your calendars. This looks to be going into April of 24, so anybody who keeps talking about settlements, don't let anybody trick you today. Well, take a look at the charts, but don't let anybody trick you today, please. Please make sure to hit that like button. 105 people watching, only 41 likes. I would appreciate if you hit that like button. I really would. I do a lot of work in here. Unless you would like to go around hitting the like button and send a YouTube super chat, join Tom's Army. But I really think it's easy to hit that like button and share this on your social media. So trial in the matter, as we said, April 23rd, 2024 at 9 a.m. Courtroom 15D of the United States Courthouse, 500 Pearl Street, New York, New York, 10007. The deadlines as set forth in the court's pretrial scheduling order remain in effect accordingly. So by December 4, 2023, the parties shall submit any motions in limine opposition to any motions shall be submitted by December 18, 2023. Welcome in, Angela. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Uncle Philly, welcome in. Awesome to see you in here. Long time. Halo Saints, welcome. I shared your Silver Stacker playlist with several guys on here. I really appreciate that. Yes, and I did the 11th update or installment of Silver Stackers yesterday. Got just over 300 views. So if you're interested, look in the playlist below. December 4, 2023, the party shall submit all required pretrial filings, including the proposed joint pretrial order request, the charge verdict form, and voir dire questions in accordance with paragraphs BBVC and BD of the court's individual practices in civil cases. The party shall also email copies of these submissions to Torres. By December 4, 2023, the party shall deliver the court 1 copy of each documentary exhibit to be admitted pre-marked, labeled with exhibit stickers, and assembled sequentially in a loose leaf binder or in separate manila folders labeled with the exhibit numbers and placed in suitable containers for ready reference, yada, yada, yada. And then on April 16, 2024 at 2 p.m., welcome in, Jose. I really appreciate you tuning in. Watch, recycle, and repeat. Exactly. Watch the content, recycle it to friends and family, and come back and repeat by watching the next update. So at 2 p.m. on April 16, 2024, counsel for all parties shall appear for final pretrial conference in courtroom 15D of the United States Courthouse, 500 Pearl Street, New York, New York, 10007. And number 5, prior to the final pretrial conference, counsel for both parties, along with the parties themselves, shall meet in person for at least 1 hour to discuss settlement of this matter. So the earliest you're going to get a settlement is on October. It looks like April 6th. They'll meet for 1 hour to try to have a settlement. So we'll see. But everybody who says that we're having a settlement before then, this just proves that it's not happening. We're going into at least April 24 with no settlement. So just take it for what it is. Darren Plum, welcoming. I'm so glad you're in here tonight. Sean Crothers, my main man from Maine, good evening. Syrian Love, it's green indeed right now. David Nikiza, welcome in. What's going on, my friend? So XRP, now that we know why the price bounced up, we don't really have much movement across crypto. Actually, everything else is, I wouldn't say everything else is red. Like XLM got a nice little boost from this of 3.1%. This could be a precursor to something more that could be happening. We don't know. Could this help crypto go green? It's possible. But right now, this looks to be XRP with the fact that they denied the motion for the SEC, at least Judge Torres. But it also confirms that we're going into April of 24 before any hopes of a settlement, as the pretrial date starts April of 24. So that's something to be seen and something to be understood. With XRP, in the 1 hour time frame, we've done what we talked about yesterday. And we always talk about how the charts predict the news. We talked about how yesterday that looked to be a liquidity dump to get rid of all the longs before the next move up. And now it came right back up and at least double topped up here again at 55. So that's what we were talking about. So it absolutely came up. So anybody who was in here yesterday, we nailed this to the wall. That was our little prediction up. We've hit it twice now. And now is this the breakout point? What we need to do is break over and hold that 541 to start pushing up. And then ultimately break over the swing high up here at 54.9. So, Veracity is doing well. Good to be here with you, Tom. Yes, Angela, 2024. Tom, did you hear about that $1 billion bank in Australia going all digital in January 2014 to November 2014? I'm not sure, actually. Speak rejected. What do you mean, speak rejected? Sorry, 20. Okay, that makes sense. Are we going up? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. All I know is for us to go up farther. As I'm not a financial advisor, I don't make predictions. If you want a financial advisor, you can go find one. Pay somebody. I'm certainly underpaid for that. So, what I can tell you is that if we want this rally to continue, we've got to break and hold 541. Or 542, I should say. 67 cents can only happen if first you break this area and break that swing high we talked about at 5496 approximately. And then, yeah, you could make a play at the 2022 uptrend from June. This rising channel resistance up at about 62.5 cents. That is correct. That's our next major resistance if we break out of that 54.2 approximately. I still think we have a better than not chance of coming up here to try to hit that. Because that inverted head and shoulders, as I've talked about. Everything seems bearish, everything feels bearish, but there was just too much there to not have anything happen. So, yes, I understand Therese, that decision came out, but is it any surprise it came out after a dump with the inverted head and shoulders that just got rid of all the short or the longs? And now guess what happens? Just 24 hours later, you get that news and boom. That's a lot of volume coming in. No, it's short of what came in here. There's 25 million back here. In the 2 hour. Over here it's 20.8 million, but there's still 23 minutes left. Hit the like button. Give this man your love. I appreciate that. 77 likes and we have 115 people watching. A lot of people came out of the woodwork today when we started pumping. I missed a lot of you. I must say I miss a lot of you when you guys don't show up because we're going down. This is how we came up with this day after day. We had a basic understanding here because we all have been paying attention that are here. There's been a consistent 70 to 80 people in here, usually. Some days 60. Midday market report did not do great, but it's doing pretty good after it got released. There was only about 30 people in here. But I understand the midday market report won't be that popular, but I like to put it out there so everybody can see what's going on. And with XRP, the very simple thing is we had a volume spike. It was very easily identifiable in the 30-minute. We had a reversal candle, it looked like, and then we shot out with a huge volume spike of 13.7 million in that 30-minute after a 4.9 million reversal candle. And now right here on the 30-minute, we've only had 2.23, but it's only been 7.5 minutes. So it looks like this could be the start of a continuation. We'll see, because if we do continue and break that 54.5 cents, I like what I'm seeing, because then if we can break this pattern formation, remember what I said earlier, I hinted at it in my update this morning. The problem is when I talked about it this morning, because maybe, I don't know why, it only got 387 views, and that was a beautiful video this morning. Honestly, it was a fantastic video. It only got, and I talked about the XRP market cap needed to retake 28 billion for the rally to continue. And it was a great piece of information. Right now, we're trying to break that 541, and then we're off to the races again to 55 and possibly 62.5. Oh, I understand that, drunken. I understand that, drunken Chad, for real. Is the news good enough to bring it to a board? No. No. But XRP, what happened? It broke that 28 billion, and I said it this morning. If we retake 28 billion, we'll rally. We retook 28 billion and we rallied. All the way up to 29.2, and now we consolidated on the 28 billion for the support. That's what I was talking about. It's the exact level we needed to start a breakout, and that's exactly when it happened. And now we're trying to consolidate on top of it. If that's the case, it's going to be a very bullish moment here. Yeah, we might have to tap it, but I do leave a lot of hints within the videos every day. I wasn't shocked that it didn't get a lot of views. I mean, I put the headline as the XRP market cap. I'm not shocked when things are going down that most people don't want to watch. I really do. Trust me. I know more than anybody. It can get tedious. But by being here each and every day, I at least can stay on track. So when you guys do come back, the ones who do, check in and out, which is completely understandable. I am not judging. In fact, if I wasn't doing this every day, I would take a mental break. I'll be honest. Because I know where I bought, and I would have an alert just in case it went 20% below where I bought. And then I would do that. Do you accept tips and Doge via Twitter, via X? I've never set up for Twitter for a donation, I don't believe. But I suppose I could. But no, I don't really waste my time with Twitter. I just put my content out there so everybody can see it in case I get shadow banned on YouTube, which is normal. Bill, welcome in. Good to see you here, my friend. Tanya, welcome in. My birthday sister, she said it was the birthday of December 17th, and I always say it, and I hope it never gets old to you, Tanya, but it makes me happy to know that we share the same birthday. Of course, I'm 1 year older than you, although I'm giving away your age by saying that, but, that's how it goes sometimes when you share the birthday with the XRP Future Millionaire. Just as long as you know we're not throwing you to the curb, brother. Still the number one TA King. Oh, drunk kick a chat. I understand that, believe me. I've learned a lot the last few years. I understand how the human conditioning goes. But no, look at today. You guys needed your information and bam, 121 people in here. That's what I like. That's what I like. I like knowing that when you need the information, you know you can come here to get the information. So, yeah, but yesterday we were talking in the live about this dump down, especially with and you see the market cap out broke out, but with XRP we were talking about this dump down. It reeked of just trying to liquidate the longs, just the way it looked and how it played out during the live yesterday. No, this has nothing to do with the proper party. Zero. This has to do with Judge Annalisa Perez denying the SEC's motion, but now we have clear guidance, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, we have clear guidance here as to the fact that we will not have an end of the case until pretrial at minimum on April 16, 2024, where they're going to have a 1 hour get together to try to come to a settlement on the 16th of April. That's it. That's it. So anybody who's going to tell you that we're having a settlement, all you have to do is give them the proof that we got today. I have not led you guys astray since 2021. I told you, sometime in mid-2024 is the best we can hope for. Late 2023, we'll get more of a clear picture. Some things might end, but I didn't think there was any chance for a settlement until second quarter 24 at minimum. So we'll see. We'll see, because this is getting over to the time I was talking about. And the fact that the SEC was denied their motion earlier, and this, as you can see right here, there was a 12-page, and it says, for the reasons stated above, the SEC's motion for certification of interlocutory appeal is denied. So the interlocutory appeal has been denied, and the SEC's request for a stay is denied as moot. The clerk of court is directed to terminate the motion at ECF number 892. So as we predicted here, we didn't think they had a basis to stand on, but I still report the news. And some say it's FUD, but it's not, because of what was going on. And they thought my perspective that it wasn't going to be approved was FUD. But there you go. I've read through all of the documents. We've read through them all together. Today I don't have the time, it's not that I don't have the time, but we have a lot to talk about. We don't have time to read through 14 pages. We read through 3 of them, the most important pages. We have the information we need. We got our money shot, and the money shot of this is right here. What does this say? What does this say, ladies and gentlemen? Trial in the matter is set to begin on April 23rd, 2024 at 9 a.m. in courtroom 15D of the United States Courthouse, 500 Pearl Street, New York, New York, 10007. Doesn't that make sense why Bradley Garlinghouse hired a new attorney? The former assistant district attorney in the Southern District of New York, just out ahead of this news 1 week later. It all makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. All makes sense. December 18th, 2023. That'll be the 17-year anniversary from when I broke my back in a car accident that day after my 23rd birthday. Not my fault, but nonetheless, it was still a pain in the ass for a few decades. So yeah, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. So what do we think? What do we think? Can we put the rest, the settlement talks for the end of 2023? Do we finally understand that that's not happening? Can I get a hell yeah? It's not happening. Or something? Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? We finally got a resolution that we can understand that we can't be manipulated by, and now you don't have to trust anybody except yourself by the information you've seen here. And I know a lot of people show concern and tell me not to smoke cigarettes. These are not cigarettes. This is cannabis. I found the love of cannabis after I broke my back in 2006. Never tried it when I was younger until I turned 23. But I love it. It's the one thing that keeps my pain in check. So I keep telling everybody, I think it's foolish to sell XRP in 2023. I think it's all about the accumulation phase. And some ask me, Tom, do you think we could get a rally with the H-bar? We could. We could. But you have to understand, if you're going to get a rally here, you'd bounce off around 488 and continue filling this out. This is still a beautiful structure. Until you lose roughly the 476, you're pretty good. I think this structure is still holding pretty firm. And we can actually look at H-bar from like kind of a 3D perspective as well. You could come through here and say, hey, isn't that minus a wick what's happening right there? And I'd say, you know what? That's a hell of an observation you all are making. It's probably what's happening, but we still have the bull flag set up. So understand that we still have that plus minus ratio where it could come through. Casper and Rapid Fire, and if you appreciate what I do as I respond to each and every one of you in the comments, show me a little something, something. It's the beginning of the month. Donations, the support has been down overall when it comes to Tom's Army. Show me some support here to start the month. You don't have to. You can simply hit the like button, which we're doing a fantastic freaking job now, up to 110. Or share this on YouTube, on YouTube. Share this YouTube on your social media. And that's also a way of paying it forward to start the month. You don't have to do it by cash or by paying your money out of pocket. You can simply do that by help pushing the content. That is a beautiful thing. Casper, we got rejected up here. We're still filling out this descending triangle, it looks like. It's a descending pattern for sure. Looks like we could be coming back down to the 3-cent area in the short time. So just pay attention to that with Casper. So it's not a big drop. It's probably another 4.5% to 5% if you look at it realistically. Yes, I believe XRP will be retesting 55 cents. It's already done it once today, though. Remember that. We've already retested this area once. We didn't break it yet. We came up to 548. No, from a funny, hyped over pattern TA fib bull run and me realizing everyday utility kicking in is closer as well. And for the 7 years. Yep. Oh, yeah, I don't talk about big rallies. I don't use the fib lines and all that. I don't use it. So that doesn't relate to this channel. I don't like the fib lines. I think it makes you lazy. I just like the structure. See, understanding the formation and understanding what we're seeing, we know what we're looking at. We didn't get fooled yesterday. We didn't get fooled yesterday. We knew this was coming, didn't we? Everybody who was in here yesterday, what did we say? Don't get fooled. Don't go short here. The first opportunity you'll have is to go short around 55 cents. I said it yesterday again. Don't get trapped here. Don't become liquidity on either side of it. That's an inverted head and shoulders till it's not. The 4-hour time frame, as we talked about yesterday, yes, it was trying to show invalidation, but these oftentimes happen after a death cross occurs to signal out the shorts, the longs, in this scenario for the golden cross. And like I always say, they can try to tell you news predicts the charts. Bullshit. Didn't this instance once again prove that charts predict the news? The chart suggested an explosive move yesterday after the consolidation. We talked about it. We literally talked about how this was the liquidity we needed for the next move up, and it would get rid of the longs right before the move up. And we said 55 cents could cap on the upside. If it does manage to get over that and break a new high and hold, first we'd have to see it by holding 54.1. And then you could possibly make a run up to 62 cents, 62.5 cents. Wow, Randad, thank you so much for the $19.99 donation. That was so generous of you. And re-upping in Tom's Army for 20 months. It's like a $29.99 donation between the two today. Wow. 20 months. He's approaching that 2-month or the 2-year badge. And everybody wants that 2-year badge as part of Tom's Army. You know why? Respectfully, I agree to disagree. Kill. I agree to disagree. Quant overall is superior, but price in relation is not superior. Not even close. Right now, Quant, I don't even know where I have it. I guess it got deleted like everything else. But Quant, I imagine, is still sitting around $100. In relation to price, it's not. It's not. In my opinion. But it is better than Casper overall. Because it runs the damn show. Quant runs the show. There is no XRP or any of this mumbo jumbo without Quant. A lot of people get mad when I say that, but it's true. Quant, it's 87. So guys, and I get asked a lot of times, when will you buy Quant? $40. Unfortunately, we look like we might be forming an inverted head and shoulders here, which means we could be railing soon. $40. I've been very transparent about Quant. $40. Not saying we'll ever get the chance, but $40 is where my desire is. So now back to XRP as my voice is getting a little tired here. XRP. Actually, let's look at XLM real quick. 11.45. We're still within the pattern formation. A breakdown would get us to 8 cents, but we're not guaranteed that's going to happen. We're still waiting to see if this little descending pattern starts breaking back up. And we do retest back up at the 13 cent level. At least minimum retest around 12 cents, which I think is a fair enough bet to see if we're truly bearish. We paid the piper here a little bit. And now if we can break the 200-day, we might be able to start reversing back up. One thing, and we'll look at DGB and then back to XRP. DGB still well within the formation. As long as it can, well, actually it fell a little bit below, but stay at that 6.3 level, you might be able to get a push back up to that. It's not a great area, but it's the 6.66 level. But some things are on the bottom side of town. But like with XRP, the thing we need to remember while we're all together here, the thing we need to remember with XRP is the fact that, yes, we acknowledge, first we had a death cross, now we've had a golden cross in the 4-hourly. It just reconfirmed that golden cross. We also have, we had a death cross, but now we're trying to push back up in the daily. Well, everybody seems to forget, at least the influencers, or the top influencers that think we're overly bearish. We can't be overly bearish until we invalidate this death cross. And we've converged on the moving averages, which means if we stay bullish, we've already consolidated. This bull flag setup, as we talked about, really could play out. That bull flag within a bear flag, it's disguised. As long as that golden cross is intact, this can still be bullish. And where are we at now, ladies and gentlemen? We are back on the bullish side of town. If we were to close the weekly, we'd close over the weekly for the first time in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the first time in well over a month that we'd have a weekly candle close over the 20-day moving average. While it's still a golden cross, remember what I said. Even if we came down here for weeks, it would not be enough to invalidate the structure, and it has not. It's just a way to move in. It happens every time we have a golden cross, and it's only the third time in history. This was about a 53 to 54% drop. Each of the first 2 times was at least a 60%. One of the times was over 80% drop. So this fits within the realm of possibility. And then if you look, like we've talked about over and over and over, this doesn't speak of a lot of sell volume. This speaks of a bullish reversal. This is a bearish divergence, or a bullish divergence when it comes to price action in relation to volume. The price action tanked, but the volume went with it. If this was really going to tank down, it should have had crashing volume, crashing price equals very bearish. Crashing volume or crashing price, rising volume is bullish. And that's what's happened. And now on the reversal candle, what happened? You had more volume than sell volume. What's going to happen here to finish out this week? Nobody knows. But this could be the start of something here. And I've made no bones about it. Yes, we're very cautious what could be coming, but we're very optimistic in the fact that that might not happen as quickly as some think. Oh, H bars are beautiful. We spent 9 or 10 weeks on FOMO Fridays as a community buying 10,057 tokens at around 5.2. It took us over 10 weeks at just $50 a week, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. If I'm being honest, it's one that you should have in your portfolio. Cryptic Crypto, I'm doing excellent. Excellent. H bar with Hedera and Hashgraph, yes. Fantastic technology. Which is better, H bar or Quant? If you're looking at terms of price, H bar. If you're looking for just what it does, Quant. The Quant's up there over $80. So I'm not buying something for $80. I'd rather buy the utility tokens that haven't performed the utility price. Quant's already up there. Quant's been here before and it's way up. I want something that hasn't done what Quant did. That's why I don't put as much stock into Quant, even though it runs the show. They're awesome in their own perspective. But like I tell everybody, if you're a newbie, I acquire the Internet of Things tokens as well as the ISO compliant tokens. So the Internet of Things tokens will be for the smart houses, the smart cities. It's what runs this whole next frontier, the new internet and such. So you've got Theta, you've got Filecoin are the expensive ones that I haven't touched yet. Theta's coming down. But what we have gotten into is VeChain, DGB. IOTA is a big part of this, but it's so hard to buy IOTA that we haven't been able to do it in the community in the USA. So those are big ones when it comes to the Internet of Things. Huge. So you've got Filecoin, Theta, VeChain, DGB, and IOTA. Huge. So that's where we're at right now. So we've got a lot of different variety here. We sold out in 2021 after making massive profits as a community. And we waited a long time to buy back. It was almost a year and a half, up to over 2 years on some things. But we've got a massive portfolio now, very cheap, that ranges anywhere from XRP, XLM, XDC, DGB, VeChain, ZIL, HBAR, Casper. We're collecting right now Solo and Quorum. We're up to about 2,600 and 2,300 tokens respectively. 500 and 400 million circulating supply at the moment. You heard that right. Millions, not billions like XRP. Also have, what are some of the other ones we bought together? Oh yeah, we've got Algo 6,800 or 6,670 tokens as a community. And we've accumulated a nice amount of these. The goal is at least 10,000 of each. And everything except for Algo, Solo, and Corium that I've mentioned, we've done that as a community. And then some. DGB, we're at 62,222. And for perspective, sold DGB well over 15 cents, bought it back at 0.0056 roughly. So, I mean, you want to talk about a 99% savings, there it is. So I sold it for 15. If you bought 10,000 tokens, it would have cost you, what, $1,500? To buy 10,000 tokens back, it cost me $56. Go tell somebody that, hey, I sold my tokens for $1,500 and I bought them back for $56. What do you think they're going to tell you? Just, I mean, what do you guys think when you break it down like that? Would it sound better if I broke down my portfolio like that? I bought my DGB for $500. I sold it for $1,500 and I bought it back for $56, but I bought 6 times more than what I owned before, 6.2 times more, and it cost me for that entire purchase less than 350, or what was it, $400. So it cost me less by $100 to buy 62,222 than it cost me to buy the original 10,000 that I made $1,000 on. And then I got to buy them back at $56 every 10,000. That's how my whole portfolio is. But that's just having the foresight in 2021 that we were topping out. So when you're in a bear market, here's another thing that I can teach you. And it's the tax code. If you're in the USA, it's 35% inside of a year. So during the accumulation phase, people need to understand to stop compounding their losses by selling, buying. It's just not worth it. You get that massive return when you get out of the bear market. Right now is the opportunity to let them sit around for about a year. So then in the next bull market, no matter what happens, you'll be able to sell at a 15% rate. Even if you want to get out quick, You know, you let it build in these times, though. This is the time we're all getting the luxury to build. Everybody always prays for a bear market until we get here. Yeah, I said yesterday I was 62% sure that XRP would hit the 62 cents. But we were 95% sure that we would retest 55, which we've already done. So remember, there's still a 54% chance overall that we have not hit a swing low yet. We're going to hit lower lows. But we've talked about long and hard, if this breaks this structure and ultimately gets back up over that rising channel that started in June of 22, this very easily could be the start of something. You just got to get over 62.5 cents. Hey, coming out, I appreciate that. But that's why when everybody says, Tom, you should charge for your content. No. I'm more blessed than any of you even understand. When I tell you I'm blessed, and it's because of my own understanding and the way I invest and things like that. But I bought my house last year, got appraised for $230,000. And this is not the flex, believe me. I'll punch myself in the face before I flex. This is to show you an understanding of what you can to achieve if you just stick to a plan and don't let anybody sway you and don't listen to all the bullshit. Because if you don't understand the market in realistic terms, good luck trying to live realistically. We can all be in fantasy land, but it doesn't pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. There, now you'll be able to see me a little bit easier. So it's basically one of these things. I bought the house, you know, for $160,000. Got a great deal on it from somebody in Julie's family, and I owe $148 on it right now. Well, just from what me and Julie have done, and yada yada yada. We're looking to pay our house off. And this is not a flex, and I don't talk about it a lot, but as early as what? The end of this week? So I'm going to walk in there with a check, me and Julie, a cashier's check, for $148,000, and we're going to pay off our house. So when people tell everybody, oh, this guy doesn't know anything, he's not a millionaire, I laugh. I don't need to be. The only difference between me being a millionaire and starting on YouTube or doing it now is you're watching me come up. I've been saying it since 2021. I started this in 2017. So I'm only 39 years old, and I'm going to have a $230,000 house paid off. I have a 30-year fixed mortgage right now, and it went up to $1,800 a month. So me and Julie had a hard discussion, and we said it's time to just pay it off. It'll leave us a little more strapped for cash, but we'll have an asset worth that amount. And then, are you really broke? Or yada, yada, yada. So the point here is I may not be a millionaire. I may not show you these fancy things, but what I can teach you is how to get ahead. It's just that simple. So I'm not looking for that. That's why I always say, whether somebody donates or not, I don't need to charge for classes. I don't need to charge in this day and age. I don't need to charge for any of this information. I am honored and blessed when anybody sends a donation or anybody who's in Tom's Army, because trust me, the most important thing I've got is my time, and same with you. So the time is worth it. What I do is worth well more than $9.99 a month, but it's not required. I want everybody to be able to ascertain what I'm trying to give out without you having to pay an arm and a leg. That's the point. That's the point. And anybody who does what I do, they shouldn't have to charge. The thing that boggles my mind is they do paid sponsorships and then they still have the balls to ask you to pay for a fee for a course. Like, come on now. Help a brother out. Like, there's a lot of broke people here. So, that's, yes, leverage trading is the only way I would even advise you to do leverage trading is if you're in a position where you could throw a little bit of money to the side. It has nothing to do with your holdings. The number one way people lose out on their holdings is going to leverage trading. They say, okay, I have 10,000 tokens. I will take out 2,000 of them, right? And I'll try to turn it into 5,000 tokens. What happens? Now they only have 8,000 tokens, and then they stress out and they're like, oh my God. Now I gotta get those two, and then before they know it, they've wagered their entire XRP holdings, not realizing 10,000 was more than enough to begin with. I'll give you another fact. Everybody talks about how 10,000 tokens isn't enough, or they'll laugh at you. But then they tell you XRP is going to 10,000. These same people. So if you had 10,000 tokens and it's at $10,000, if we had 1,000, I mean, what is it? What are we talking about? So I do this because I want everybody to get to where I'm at and then some, because I'm not where I want to go. It wasn't that long ago in 2017, my credit score was under 500. I lived in a trailer that we were falling through the floor. Not a joke. It is what it is. And then in 2020, after Julie's accident, we were starting to already come up. But after that, I had to find a better way, and I haven't worked a real job since 2020. I never went back to work after her accident. I figured it out during that stretch. And then I started YouTube in 2021 because I'm like, you know what? I see something here. And I think at least I used to say historical data. I'm going to put this historical data out there so nobody can come back and say, well, you son of a bitch, why didn't you bring us with you? I'm bringing everybody with me. If you've been with me since 2021, I know we're at 18,500 plus today. Back then, not so much. Had about 1,000 maybe during the beginning of this process. And now we have 18 and a half times more, so that's pretty cool if I think about it like that. It's a lot more eyes. But we've been able to acquire a lot of gold and silver, especially silver over this time. We took over 10,000 of our profits in crypto and smashed it into precious metals on the air together. And you can watch it through the silver stacking updates as I bought a lot of silver and gold to show you how to do it and all this stuff. Coke. Somehow Tom brings out TMI out of. Yep. It's true. Hey, it's a cannabis, it's a cannabis. But yeah, no. I usually relax when I want to have a deep conversation, as you've known. Do you see a settlement now? No. Listen, again, guys, with the settlement, let me put it to rest for everybody with this settlement talk, okay? Who's the vigilante here on YouTube that keeps perpetrating that nonsense? I know it's a lot of people, but who keeps perpetrating that? Who's the one today perpetrating it? Can somebody tell me names? And I'm not saying nothing. I promise I won't say anything. I just want to know, is there somebody pushing it around? Because that's all I hear about today again. Who? Who could possibly be pushing that? I'm going to give you the evidence of why there's not going to be any settlement. So they denied the interlocutory appeal. It says right here, right? Denied. The SEC request for stay is denied as moot. The clerk of court is directed to terminate the motion at ECF number 892. Trial in the matter is set to begin on April 23rd, 2024 at 9 a.m. Courtroom 15D of the United States Courthouse, 500 Pearl Street, New York, 10007. The deadlines as set forth in the court's pretrial scheduling. So there's one chance at a settlement. Ready? It says on April 16, 2024 at 2 p.m., counsel for all parties shall appear for a final pretrial conference in the courtroom. 15D. It says, part 5. Prior to the final pretrial conference, counsel for both parties, along with parties themselves, shall meet in person for at least 1 hour to discuss settlement of this matter. So sometime around April 16, 2024, probably before at 1 p.m. on the 16th, they're going to meet for 1 hour to try to come to a settlement. If there's no settlement that day before April 16, 2024 at 2 p.m., it's never going to happen. And the fact that they're only giving them 1 hour, they know it's not going to happen. So, and for the Bitcoin halving, somebody said absolutely. And jam bullion for precious metals if you're using fiat. If you're buying it with your precious metals, make sure you watch the silver stacking videos I showed how to use on Scottsdale Mint. Just buy it with your crypto. Literally, you buy it with your crypto. H-bar is going to be huge at some point. There is no denying that. Not denying it. That's why I own it. Right now, we're having a nice retracement. Wow, that was a nice little bounce up from 490 to 493. Holy. Was that just kind of like a, what the hell was that? That was a nice little bounce. Did you guys see that? I wonder if a little bit of volume came in here right after the close. Oh, yeah, look at that. Do you guys see this? This looks like it's bouncing around. Oh, wow. This could turn into, if this gets a little greener here in the 30-minute, this could have reversed this entire thing. Did this turn itself possibly into a dragonfly? Will XRP be the best crypto ever? I don't like to categorize them as the best cryptos ever. What I think XRP is going to be the best at is being the basket for all of crypto with the on-demand liquidity. They can rename it, rebrand it, reshuffle it, and say whatever the hell they want. To me, it's the ODL, it's the on-demand liquidity. Which that means no matter what, if I can't sell my Dogecoin out to get my native fiat, I can turn it into XRP and sell it out into native fiat because they've got the ability to turn your XRP into any fiat in the world. So because of that, that would make them dominant for that sense. But understanding that perspective means there's a reason why there's such a big circulating supply and the price is never going to get to where some of you think. And that's okay. Is $100 good? For me, it's all I need. Is $50 good? Is $10 good? Like I've always said with XRP, I'll take the 34.5 cent average, 34.6. So we'll say 35 cents just for transparency. I'll take the 35 cent average, understanding that every time it goes up $1, it's basically I 2x my money, right? So if it goes from 1 to 5, I'm 10xing, or not 10xing, I'm about 8xing, but 5 to 10, that for somebody's going to be a 100% increase, right? It's just for somebody, it's going to be a 100% increase. If you bought it at 35 cents, well, I mean, you can do the math, but that's going to get you, think about that return, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody buying it at $5 and saying, hey, what does it matter? I can buy it anywhere. 10,000 tokens. Do you know how much that cost them to buy it there? 50 grand at $5. And it cost you 3,500. It cost them 50 grand at $5, but you got it for 3,500. Are you going to care if you bought it for 3,500 or 4,700 or 2,600 or 7,400? No. This was the argument I made in 2021, and I got to redo it again. Look how cheap it is, for Christ's sake. Yes, and unfortunately, if you were watching me, I'm the guy at $1.70 who told you we're selling it. It went to $1.90, and it hurts not my feelings, but my heart sometimes when I read comments like yours. At $1.66 after we got rejected 3 straight times around $1.70. After $1.98 down to $1.18 approximately. I said, guys and gals, you're all going to hate me, but we have to liquidate our entire crypto holdings. And XRP was at $1.66 and alike. The rest were similar in their areas. And it was the hardest, but it was the best decision I ever made. And I stuck with my gut, lost half my audience, probably 3/4. Got made fun of on YouTube by many big influencers. And I don't even know why they give me the time of the day to make fun of my channel. But it proved to me early on that I must be doing something right. So, and I became a partner, and I'm not like flexing again in 3 weeks after starting on YouTube. So I'm not sure how that happened. But it took me 3 weeks. I mean, if I tried to do that again, it would never happen. It was just the perfect storm of what was taking place. Between that first video I put out and the market collapsing like it was, and then me calling out that reversal, as I'm showing you in real time, me buying a portfolio. I only had, remember, 7,200 tokens at the time. So just to show you how the positions change here a little bit, look at the difference in my own personal portfolios from 2021 to now. Now I've got a portfolio of over 5,000 of things outside of XRP. That's what it's worth now. I didn't spend 5,000, but that's what it's worth now, just over 5. XRP by itself is worth over 5. So this is the new, if we're trying to find a new support here for H-bar, we're trying to roll down in here, but if we ever break back to the top side and break this little structure, you technically could shut this down. So just pay attention. So your perfect example, and not in a bad way. I'm going to use you, and it's a blessing you're in here tonight, and I'll tell you why. The man upstairs is using you as a vessel right now, and I can see it so clearly to make my point. This man bought his, and we'll just say 10,000 tokens at $1.77, right? And I'm sure his opinion was swayed by many on YouTube that was saying that we are in the bull run of all bull runs, and it's either now or never. Can you at least validate yes or no whether or not I'm on the right? Oh, shit. Well, that won't be the first or last time I spill my water. I'll be right back. Oh, see, he said, yup. So I was telling everybody I was telling him to sell. And I took a lot of heat for it for a long time. And, but listen, so now we're having a discussion right now where some people are not in, and they complained, especially when it was at 43, 35. They want it to go to 18 cents. That's their goal, sub 20 cents. And I said 34.6 is the right spot. And we can buy it every 20% on the way down. And then we'll have that average anyhow that you're looking for, even if it goes farther down. But 34.6 was the right price. That area average is the right price for that bear market. If you tell anybody that you sold out at $1.66 after having a 47-cent average in 21, and then you got back in at a 34.6 average, they're going to say, holy shit, what'd you do with the profits? Oh, I put those in the precious metals when they were at the 10-year lows in 2022, in late 2021, and then going into 23, we stopped until silver got to where, I mean, if you tell everybody the way that you did this and you turn into your own central bank, they're going to say, how much did you pay for this course? I want to do it. And you're going to say, I couldn't do the course. There was no course. I just had to watch this guy day after day repetitively. You're going to say, well, that sounds stupid. Does it? Or there's the stupid thing, spending your hard-earned money on somebody who's betting on something that's not even there. They're telling you that this is the way it is. If that's the way it is, they wouldn't. Let me tell you a secret. If that's the way it is, they wouldn't have to charge you for all that shit. They would already be financially so well off. And trust me, I'm not very, very well off, but I'm doing just fine in 2023. Not so much in 2017, to where when I paid my light bill, I had, literally had to go in the negative and pay a stupid fee just to pay the bill. So that's that's what we can do for each of us if we understand this current environment. Really is. I can't even explain to you how important precious metals are. And that's why the silver stacking video got over 300 views, so I'm blessed. And hopefully in time it'll get 500 or 600. But if you just take a look here, ladies and gentlemen, anybody new to the audience, we still have 115 people here. I'm eternally blessed that there's so many people here. But if you go to my content, you just go into my channel, you go to playlist. I only have really 2 real playlists. So the silver stacking playlist and then the midday market report. But literally, we went all the way back to 8 months ago. And you see 628, but every video gets about 300 views, I always say. One of them didn't do as well, 196. But this first one has 281 views. We went back 100 years on the gold-silver chart. 100 years. But it's just, there's so much stuff here. There's so much stuff that I implore you all to watch this, please. Monoxide Moons, I'm buying more. No, I see. Tom Monoxide Moons, I dare you to smoke a 2-pound doobie on live stream. When XRP goes to where it's going to go, we're going to do some pretty incredible things.
Am I allowed to join?
Yeah, of course you are. You're always allowed to join. Julie, I need a towel. I have spilt my water. I know, Julie. I spill my water all the time.
That's what you did when I first met you.
I know. True.
It is. How many water bottles have you knocked over in your lifetime? 500 million.
Oh, that's what the one side is.
What?
The one is, remember that thing we have to hit that button? You know, so you see on the side?
What cost?
Remember that you see out there, it's like, that's all it takes, you know, like a look. That's what makes the heat go. Remember, have the button. I don't think it's- I think that- Oh, see, I can already feel it. I can already feel it.
Were you relaxing? Were you relaxing on here?
All right. Tell him I'm sorry.
He's procrastinating.
I had
He's
to-
distracted.
I had to fix something. There's a button on our ouch.
You're hurting yourself.
On a break, there's a breaker on our dryer. I don't know these stupid new age dryers when we moved into this house. And if you want to know how humbled I am, I don't have a dishwasher in this house, so you know
I'm the dishwasher.
we're both. Hey, I did the dishes today. But there's a button that you have to press, and it's two different parts. So I don't know if any of you know, the dryer's on one of the breakers, and then the button to heat up the dryer pan or whatever's on its own. I don't know. It's stupid. Nah, I don't know. I think Julie would admit I wash my fair share of dishes.
Yeah.
More than most men.
Yeah.
I wash a lot of dishes.
Well, he has to because I need help.
Yeah, I help, but she doesn't have to ask. I just do it. It's a team effort, ladies and gentlemen. So, in conclusion here, as it's been 56 minutes, yeah, let's get to a conclusion here. XRP, what we're looking at here, first layer, now that we broke back up into this range, so far we are getting rejected by this 50, what is this now? Let's move this over here. It's right around 54.1. So 54.1. Don't buy her a watch. There's a clock on this. Very true. Very true. There's also a clock on the phone. You know, so that's a two-way winning streak. We're looking at least for XRP, and real talk here before I leave. We're looking for XRP at worst case scenario to at least stay above this area at 51.5 cents. But preferably, we want to stay a little bit higher. Do you know where that's at? The pivot level. You guessed it. At the 524 level. So just make sure we try to stay there as we're recrossing for this golden cross. It's happened now. So just pay attention to all that. If you got anything out of this live, please make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. And share this far and wide to help push us through the analytics. If you're looking to trade XRP, if you're worldwide and not in the USA, look at MEXC. There's no spot fees, and you can futures up to 250x. But FEMX in the USA, you can futures trade and yada, yada, yada. But there's no VPN in the USA, and that's all in the video description below. And if you appreciate my work, join Tom's Army or send a YouTube super chat. But honestly, just hit that like button as it really does help. It pushes my stuff through the analytics. So, any last questions? That's it. That's it. I'm very happy with what I've done tonight. The only thing I forgot to do is talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is doing one of two things. It's either getting a rejection at the 20-day at 27,450, which most likely would have to come up here to 27,700 if it's bearish. But something, like remember a couple days ago, I said something didn't smell right with XRP, and it had this bounce up now. I don't know what to think with Bitcoin. I feel like everybody keeps saying everything is about to die here. And the media is always telling us about going to go short. They're telling us about all these people going short. My only question to everybody is, why would they suddenly tell us what's actually going to happen? Just ask yourself that. They're telling you all the things not to buy, like gold and silver and all this stuff. They're telling you to stay out of the crypto sector. Why? These are the next frontiers. So when they're all telling you to go the other way, I always told you, when all the main people are telling you not to buy, when all of YouTube is telling you that we're going down, when everybody's telling that we're in the bearest of bear, might be the time to start, open up that pocketbook a little bit. I have dry powder, but I've also been building a position for the last, 8 months in certain things. But as you know, I'm very stubborn. I won't buy things unless they're where I want to buy them. XRP I haven't bought in many, many months, but I got to where I wanted to be already. Yes, silver could very well get down to $18. You are correct. Silver stacking video, I talked very deeply about this from yesterday, but I always talk about it in the midday market report. Silver, there's a 75% chance we come down here to 18 bucks, but there's a 25% chance we bounce off of these areas and retest. It could even bounce up here. That's why I made a big circle, but I'm thinking down here. I suppose it could pull back up to 2118, but there's a chance of 25% we retest 2270. And then if that comes up there, there's a chance we never break all the way down. So, yeah, there's a big chance we come down to 18 bucks, but that is predetermined if we can break through that area. And at the same time, you know, gold is it's struggling right now. I think there's a big chance gold comes down to 1792, almost a 95%, well, right around 95%, because that's the technical breakdown target. And the DXY is at 107. So we'll see how much higher that goes. It looks like it's going to come run up here to that 109 level at some point.
But that's good for
So
those that want to buy gold, right?
I watched 250K evaporate. Now I am waiting for it to come back around. Wow. Hey, it's going to come back around, Angela. Just smart investments here on out. And remember, next time you're dealing with that amount of money, put half of it in precious metals. So at least if things go wrong, you've got your own store of value sitting on the side. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Stay blessed, everybody.